Hi everyone, my name is Lucy. Welcome to my channel Simple Sunday Afternoons. For today's recipe, I'm making something very classic. I'm making spaghetti and meatballs. I'm going to be showing you how I make big, juicy meatballs with two different kinds of ground meat, pork and beef. And then I'm going to be showing you how I make the spaghetti sauce. So please join me in my kitchen to make this wonderful dish, spaghetti and meatballs. I'm going to be making spaghettis for 6 to 8 portions. I'm using 2 pounds or 909 grams of ground pork and the same amount of lean ground beef. 3 slices of sandwich bread, and I have cut off the edges. 1 cup or 250 milliliters of buttermilk. 2 tablespoons or 6 grams of minced fresh parsley, 4 mashed garlic cloves, 1/2 of a cup or 43 grams of Parmesan cheese, 3 egg yolks, salt, and about 1 teaspoon or 2 grams of ground black pepper. And these ingredients are all for the meatballs. We're going to start with the meatballs. First, we're going to combine the bread with the buttermilk. We're going to dissolve the bread in the buttermilk. Once the bread is completely dissolved, then I add the egg yolks. And I prefer to break the eggs before I add it to the buttermilk and bread mixture. And then I start adding all of the other ingredients to the mixture. The salt, the black pepper, the garlic, followed by the parsley, and the Parmesan cheese. Once all these ingredients are mixed together, then I'm going to add these ingredients to the ground meat. And I'm going to make sure that the meat is completely covered with the buttermilk and bread mixture. I scoop an amount of ground meat and put it in the palm of my hands and start forming a ball, avoiding to press the ground meat too much because then the meatballs will become too hard when they are cooking. And I'm going to brown the meatballs in about 1 cup or 250 milliliters of vegetable oil in high temperature. Then when the meatballs are brown in one side, then I turn them. It will take about 10 minutes to completely brown the meatballs. Now for the sauce ingredients. I'm going to be using 2 cans of 28 ounces or 793 grams each of crushed tomatoes, 1 diced large onion, 6 tablespoons or 90 milliliters of dry white wine, 10 mashed garlic cloves, 2 tablespoons or 30 milliliters of olive oil, 1 tablespoon or 2 grams of fresh oregano, 1 tablespoon or 11 grams of brown sugar, 3 tablespoons or 9 grams of fresh parsley, 1 tablespoon or 2 grams of chopped basil, and 1 tablespoon or 2 grams of red pepper flakes. I'm using the same frying pan where the meatballs were fried without washing it. I just discard the excess fat from the bottom of the pan, leaving just enough to saute the onions. I'm going to saute the onions until they are transparent, and I'm going to scrape the bottom of the pan, mixing with the onion the big pieces that were left behind by the ground meat. Once the onions are soft and transparent, then I start adding all of the other ingredients. The garlic, and then the 2 cans of crushed tomatoes. Then I'm waiting for the sauce to start boiling before I start adding the rest of the ingredients. Now I'm adding dry white wine. If you don't like wine for your cooking, you can substitute with chicken broth or beef broth. I'm adding the brown sugar, the red pepper flakes, and the red pepper flakes is something optional. The oregano, the basil, and the parsley. Make sure everything is mixed well together. Then I lower the temperature to medium, cover, and let it simmer for about 10 to 15 minutes. After the 10 or 15 minutes, taste for salt and add or sprinkle a little salt if you think it's necessary. Now the sauce is ready to add the meatballs. By now, this sauce smells delicious. We're going to add all of the meatballs to the sauce. Lower the temperature to the lowest temperature in your stove. Cover the pan and let it simmer for about 2 hours. 15 or 20 minutes before you serve dinner, prepare the spaghettis according to the box instructions. Spaghettis usually takes 10 to 11 minutes to cook completely. Drain your spaghettis and place them in a big dish. Pour some of the sauce to cover completely the spaghettis in sauce, leaving the meatballs to pass with the sauce when serving. When serving the spaghetti, sprinkle with Parmesan cheese or your favorite Italian cheese. Don't forget to add some side salad and garlic bread on the side. So buen provecho and enjoy your afternoon with your family or friends. And if you really like this video, please don't forget to click like and subscribe to my channel to see more. So I see you next time.